You know what? I messed that up, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
I'm in my feelings.
Don't be.
I am. Hey, y'all. Y'all gonna have to excuse me if I'm a little low energy, but I am just extremely disappointed. And it doesn't help that I have to sit across from the man who was responsible for said disappointment.
Hey.
I am Diara Kilpatrick. This is the after show. This man right here is a liar. This man that made me think he was the remedy was in fact the enemy the whole time. Everybody give it up for John Chafin, AKA Danger.
Thank you.
But in all seriousness, welcome. I'm such a fan of you as an actor, as a family man, as just your whole vibe. I'm just a fan. I'm so grateful that you did the show with us. And it feels really good to sit down with you because I know the people have questions.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know that you have any answers.
I don't know if I have the answers, but we're gonna try.
Okay, so in this episode, Diara returns from what she thought was an abduction. It was really a saving, right?
Yeah.
With a new confidence in Swa. And with the help of the crew, they discover all the evidence that they need. It's on this Mary J. Blige cassette. Who would have thought it? However, the tape also reveals the ulterior motives of a trusted friend within the group. Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
So after watching the episode, we know who that traitor is. Before we get into the why of it all, tell me, John, what was your favorite scene in this episode?
Oh man, that's a tough question because the whole episode was just, it's hard to pick like one.
Yeah.
Because there was so many beautiful moments in the whole episode. I mean, Dom and Kiamba, Aja and Keyshawn, that whole sex scene was like hilarious. I love everything with Moni and Roman. I love our moment by the fireplace, you know, in the hallway. So it's hard to pick just one. I feel like it was really nice to have everybody together in one space.
I think that was such a happy accident because we knew from the jump that budgetarily we were gonna have to do a bottle episode. And that's basically, for the people who don't really know, that's when the whole episode or most of the episode takes place in one location. Even though it seemed like it would be a hindrance, it really was the magic of this episode that our entire cast was all together in this bottle, and we really got to sort of ratchet up the tension in a really interesting way, and we got to have fun and play off each other. And I also love this episode too because Miles and I wrote it over Christmas break. I don't know that we would have written that Aja scene in the same way if we hadn't known that we had Dominique, who had just such amazing comedic chops and just could pull off something that was a little bit broad and crazy. She made it just, I mean, that's one of my favorite scenes in the show.
I don't know. She said put the shaft. I was like, oh my God.
Just the shaft. That came out of the room, and I knew that was going in. That was going in because it's not just a tip, just a shaft.
Yeah.
Hopefully it resonates with people, and hopefully people find it fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have all the comedy, which is great, but then the other story that's brewing underneath it all is this really complicated story between Diarra and Danger.
Yeah.
And Danger's betrayal. So let's break that down.
You see that's betrayal?
Yo, my God, you don't see me feeling that type of way.
I mean, I see you feeling some type of way. I feel like I need
type of way,
okay, let's clear the air. Let's fix that. First of all, I don't think it's betrayal.
Okay.
I felt like he was really looking out for Diarra. Like, that's his way of protecting you. You know? It comes off as betrayal.
The dishonesty part.
You know.
So there's a Mary J. Blige tape, and this tape supposedly has information on it about Deontay's abduction. But in the midst of them trying to secure a tape player to play back the audio, the tape randomly gets swapped out for Joe to see. Now, at first, all eyes are on Swa and Roman as the possible culprits, which makes sense, right? Because they both have something to lose. They both have something to gain. They both want their wives out of this.
Yeah.
But it turns out that Danger swapped the tape to protect Velvet. John, do you think it's safe to say that we should have seen this coming from Danger?
I don't know if y'all should have seen it coming, but there's definitely hints, you know what I'm saying, little nuggets that we dropped along the way that something may not necessarily be as forthcoming and present with Danger. But I felt like all of my intentions were genuine.
Yeah.
You know, so it would be hard to say that you should have seen it coming.
He does these things. He's clearly in the life, right?
Right.
But he's such a sympathetic character.
Yeah.
I think we know so many people like that too, right?
Yeah.
So do we feel sympathy for the position that he was in caught between Velvet, who is essentially a mother figure to him, and Diara, who is becoming, you know, who was a childhood friend, but is becoming more of an adult friend?
I think he's definitely in a tough spot. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely between a rock and a hard place. Not only does he have to protect his relationship with Velvet because of what she can do to him, but also who she is to him. His feelings for Diara is genuine.
That's a choice that you made as an actor.
Yeah.
But there could have been a different interpretation of that character. Some people might think, and maybe even the writer's room might think later, that he was just trying to keep tabs on her, that this wasn't necessarily a genuine relationship between them.
Right.
What do you have to say about that?
Well, it leaves room for growth. You know what I'm saying? So for me, making that choice was not just an artistic choice, but it was also a creative choice. Because I was like, well, now we can go anywhere we want to go with it, because we already showed that he really does have feelings and he really does care about her. Yeah,
and people love in different ways. Like people, it is a rare person that has the capacity to love beyond how they were loved. Some people come from rough circumstances and they can love in a better or more healed way than they were loved. But I think as a writer too, I do love to put love in the middle of every relationship, because even the relationship with Danger and Velvet is very complicated. There's a lot of love there.
Right.
Was she gonna kill Deontay back in '95? Yes. Did she lie to him all these years?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Did she lie to Danger, all these years? Absolutely. But does she care about him deeply?
Yes.
Absolutely, in her way.
And you can't tell somebody how to love. You know
well,
what
you
I'm
can.
You can try. You can try.
You know, I just love Danger's arc this season. How did you feel sort of taking that ride as an actor?
It was amazing. I was like, God, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Writers who get it, they understand that Black men are multifaceted. We're not just one way, you know what I'm saying? And even though how you meet Danger is not how he walks away at the end. And it allowed me to have somewhere to go, something to play, and somewhere deeper to explore and find. So I loved his art, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we can keep it open to see what else is there for him, you know, because he cannot be the same after going through everything that he went through this season.
Yeah, nobody, and that's what I love about this, is nobody can be the same after this.
No, everybody's gonna be changed.
Can we ever trust Danger again?
I think so.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because trust can be regained through action, yeah.
For me, I don't know if we ever trust Danger again. After getting to see Diara and Swa interact in this episode, how do you feel about Diara going back to her old life? Because she's gone back to Growth Point. She's gone back to her old life. How do you feel about that?
Like, I just want her to wake up to the fact that this is why you even set out on this whole journey, is because of the relationship with you and Swa.
Yeah.
So to go back to it is almost like, but what was all this for then?
Like you didn't learn anything.
You didn't learn anything, you know, or maybe you did. Maybe you had to go through all that in order to realize that home is where the heart is.
That I'm doing too much, and I need to go home and go back to my
sit down
boring job, boring life and boring job, like Marshall says.
Go teach some kids.
That's so interesting, because I think sometimes people think marriage is boredom, but a lot of times good relationships, they are kind of, you know, they're steady, they're even.
Yeah.
You don't want anybody cussing and screaming and all the fireworks and excitement. Sometimes being bored is, I think, okay. Yeah. And maybe bored has a negative connotation. I think it's just things being kind of easy.
When you've been with somebody that long, you know their ins and outs.
Yeah.
So the boredom can come from just knowing this person so well. And as we grow, you learn something new. You know, you keep trying to discover something about your partner.
To that point, it's great when your partner changes a little bit.
Right.
Keeps becoming more and more themselves in different ways, and in releasing different versions, different parts of themselves.
Right.
And that's kind of what Diara has done, is like she's shown Swa, like, different part of herself that maybe he didn't know.
You know?
And he's shown a different part of himself that she didn't know. And maybe now they're gonna move forward together.
Like, one thing you said in this episode was this was his way of fighting for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he was taking control. And that is what Diara had been wanting and had been missing and been yearning for. So I think that when he showed you that, that was his way or your way of seeing that he really does care and love you.
So we may not know where things are going, where things are headed with Diara and Danger, which this is one thing we never really define flat out. What is the relationship between Diara and Danger?
That's a great
What's
question.
your take on that?
I think the relationship is genuine, you know, love. It's unconditional. It's the agape. It's, you know.
Oh, wow. You went to agape love, Martin Luther King.
We're going deep. You know what I'm saying? It's that Mary J. and method, you know, all I need, you know?
Yeah.
But it's also, you can love somebody and let them go. I love you so much, I want you to be happy. And if happy is not with me, it's with Swab.
Well, it ain't gonna be with you, because you was lying. No, I'm sorry.
It could be, though. I mean, Swab was lying.
This is true.
Chris been lying the whole episode, the whole season.
Oh, I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know where things are headed with Diara and Danger, but I do want to say that I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, Ebony. And you know what? You might have disappointed us a little bit. But I'm sorry. So I think you have a lot of making up to do before the Dangerettes ride again. Okay, let's talk favorite line of the episode.
Just a shaft.
Just the shaft.
Just the shaft. Okay. 3 pumps. That is the most hilarious scene in this whole season.
I think it might be. I was so excited for her to get the pages.
Yeah.
And then when the cut came in, and then when Chet, the editor, put the Lauryn Hill on top of it, I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I like calling you ghetto-ass Confucius. I think that's like gets right to the heart of who Danger is.
Right.
We got to get out of here. Thank you so much for your insights. Please meet me right back here on this same couch for the next episode. Diara out. All right, I forgive you.